Hi, it's Larry Casillo, Casillo Insurance. You might have been wondering what the heck happened to Larry for the last 3 weeks. September 3rd, we were hit with ransomware. Ransomware comes in and shuts down all your systems until you give them money. Then they give you a key and let you go back to your life, and hopefully everything will be normal. It wasn't that easy. So the ransomware virus that they put on locked down all of our servers, all of our backup servers, all of our website servers and backup servers, all of our email servers and backup servers, and all of our desktops and laptops. Actually, no, I think we had 6 or 7 laptops or desktops that were still working. So we were dead in the water, had no idea who our customers are or were, no way to communicate with you guys, no way to email, phone call. Couldn't post it on the website because it was down, and the only thing we had for some sort of communication was Facebook. And so we used that as best as I could, answered a lot of questions, a lot of messages. So yes, I do have cyber insurance, and they hired a company, a third-party person, to come on in and to help negotiate the ransom, which they wanted 120,000 to start, and I think they got it down to 90,000. It's paid in Bitcoin, so you can't track it. It's an email address from China, could have been from Australia. You don't know because they can clone your emails or your email address and make it look like it comes from you, and it's not. So what we had to do is have this third-party company come in and basically use different programs to check all the machines. They reached out and emailed to the people that were holding us ransom, and it took them 4 days. So we were down that whole week of the 3rd of September. That Friday, they finally answered back. There were some communications. By Monday, they had agreed on a dollar amount. That got paid. The next day, we got the key to unlock the files. And then you go to copying everything on every hard drive that you have, whether it's a server or a desktop. You make an image of it, put it on a hard drive. You decrypt the data if you can, and then wipe your desktop and your servers clean and start with a fresh install, because it's normally going to be running on the operating system. So we end up shutting down the operating system on everything. Everything was turned off. Everything was disconnected from the internet. Sorry about that. I had to turn off the phone. It's still ringing. So they basically came in and we started from scratch. New operating systems, Windows on everything, the Windows server, everything. And that's taken 3 weeks. So we had no way of contacting you guys. We had no data. We had no phone numbers, emails, nothing. It was basically we were in the middle of the ocean with no paddle, no motor, no nothing, and just one bottle of water for everybody. So you've been having to do things manually. You couldn't get a hold of us through the websites, the certificates. It was a mess. So we kind of made do with it. I learned a lot over the last 3 weeks about cyber insurance, what you have, what you should have. I'm very fortunate that we did have it. Saved us from putting a lot of money out of our pocket. Yes, my rates are going to go up next year. I can guarantee that for sure. I know that. Because of that claim, it's like 50,000 from the third-party company to go through and help unencrypt everything, and to basically get us back on our feet. Our IT people have been busting their butts trying to get it going, making everything smooth too. So it's been a really hard transition. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about the internet security, the different malware programs, the internet programs, storage devices. They talk about making sure you have an air gap between your data and your storage, and it should be whether it's on-site or off-site, it should be on a unit that gets turned off every day. What a great idea. Didn't think that ever was going to hit anywhere near us, because I had all the duplication backup generator. We had 2 different internet companies. I had 2 servers with 4 drives on each one, duplicating, running in sync. Then I had a backup server to back up that one, and then everything is duplicated. But apparently we didn't have enough protections, and it was more vertical instead of spread out. And how they got in was an email. They opened up an email. One of my employees, it had an attachment that had the virus. And we ended up, looks like back in August 13th or August 14th is when we noticed that there was a scheduler that was in the operating system. And that scheduler apparently is the clock, and it says, okay, at 1:06 a.m. on 9/3, deploy. So it deployed the virus and shut down everything. And we found that those schedulers on several different machines in the operating systems. So that's how it happened. So we've had some training for employees, what to look for. I've identified maybe 25 or 30 emails in the last 3 weeks that are phishing or that have viruses. And it looked like they came from my staff. It looked like it came from our customers. It looked like it came from other insurance agents. Just got one today. He said, don't open it. It didn't come from me. So it's out there, and it's something that I'm going to be doing videos on to help educate everybody on, because it's something that could happen to anybody. So as an analogy, let's say that you run your whole business off of your phone, and you have all your contacts, you know, your calendars on there, you know what your jobs are going to be, and you have everything all planned through that phone. You lose your phone. You can't get a phone back for 3 weeks. How do you get a hold of your customers? How do you provide that same service that you've been providing all these years? Well, you can't. And that's kind of where we're at. The digital waiver site is back up. Our website's back up. The certificate online's back going and working fine now. Our online applications are back and running effective today. So we should be about 98%, 95 to 98% today. Moving forward with some additional security, moving forward with another third party that's counseling us on what to do differently to make sure that we don't have that issue ever happen again, because that sucked. Let me tell you, it was horrible. I think the employees hung in there. We have a bunch of people that couldn't work because they couldn't access any of the servers, so we had to make sure we took care of them. It's basically just bad all the way around, but great information to learn and to become knowledgeable about. And I'll be sharing that so that you guys can have it in the future. And make sure that you do have your antivirus and you do have your subscriptions for the updates paid in advance. Make sure that you don't ever turn them off, because they're locking down your computers. A lot of little things we found out that were done incorrectly. So we fixed it. Working on moving forward, and I'll give you some more updates. But the website's back up. We're back to operating. Everybody's happy again. They have access to, you know, the database and the website and the emails. A little bit more automated now, and look forward to making everybody comfortable with being back to the customer service level that we had prior to September 3rd. Appreciate you guys' patience. Thanks for sticking with us, and it'll be bigger and better in the future. Trust me.